Hello, hello. Are we live? Are we live? I think we are live. Hello, everyone. Let me double check the chat. Can someone in the chat? Oops, is the chat? Can someone in the chat please let me know if my audio is okay? Hello, testing, testing. Anyone in the chat, please let me know how my audio is. Can you hear me? 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 Hello, hello. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think we're going to get started now. I'm going to try to record this as well so we get a high quality recording. And 3, 2, 1, action. Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Chris Legaspi, and welcome to this special live stream from the Draw with Chris YouTube channel. So thank you for being here, those of you watching live, and those of you who may be watching on replay, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. So today we're going to do a portrait composition drawing demonstration. It's sort of it's a continuation of the composition lesson from our last live stream. So if you haven't seen it, make sure to review that. And this live stream, for this live stream, I want to announce the new drawing challenge that I'm having in my Draw with Chris private Discord community, the 10x Drawing Challenge. And this challenge is sort of a celebration of my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. So thank you, those of you who have been with me for a while, or those of you who have been with me from the beginning. What a journey. So I really appreciate all your support. And this will be a, so this challenge is a way for us to interact and to stay motivated. I know one of the big problems or challenges as artists, especially now that a lot of us are home for a while, we don't get to go to school and things, we don't get to leave the house some places. So it's good to have a community that you can rely on to keep you motivated and keep you accountable. So this challenge is that, this 10x drawing challenge. So if you want to join the challenge, it starts today, August 12th. Well, it's Friday, August 12th for me currently, but you can start the challenge, officially starts August 12th, and all you have to do, and the challenge is going to be in the Draw with Chris Discord. All you have to do is either, number one, you can subscribe to my email list, my insiders email list. So if you have the email list, the Discord link is already there for you. And if you're watching me for the first time, welcome. I'm going to open up my Discord for 7 days. Normally, I keep it very private. You know, I only want positive and hardworking people in the community, so it's very private. There is a bit of a screening process. But for this special 10-year anniversary and the 10x Drawing Challenge, I'm going to open up the Discord. So the link is in the description. So click the link, and you'll be able to join the challenge. And you'll get more information once you're in Discord, and we'll talk about it more throughout upcoming live streams. There'll be a lot of live streams this coming month. So thank you for being here. Now, before we begin, comment below. Where are you located? Where are you watching from? And what time is it for you? I am currently in Thailand. It's Friday evening for me. So thank you for joining me wherever you are. And comment below if you are brand new. I know we might have a lot of new members here. I don't normally stream at this time. I figured it'd be a good opportunity to stream at a different time, to maybe to say hello to some new viewers. So I appreciate you if you're new. And so let's begin. What I'm going to do now is go through the composition process first, and then I'm actually going to start the drawing. And that's about it. So let's begin. All right, looks like the stream is healthy. I'm going to get my pencil ready. Wow, hello. I just want to quickly say hello to the chat members. Hello, Tay, Jessica, thank you for the audio check. Jean, thank you for the audio check. Barbara, thank you. Stephen Brown, thank you for the audio check. Walter Francisco, hello from Angola. Jessica, thank you. Barbara, and thank you guys for being here. Let's get started. I'm going to start the recording now. Okay, so I'm going to go through the composition process, and basically it starts with thumbnail. Really, the thumbnail is the first step. And the first step of thumbnail is kind of play with the aspect ratio. So either vertical, portrait, widescreen, square, whatever. And then I just like to do a general shape first, because my first concern is placement. Placement, canvas, those are my first concerns. Placement and the canvas. And those of you who want to draw along with me, this reference is in the Discord already. It's under the stream room chat. Normally I do these streams in Discord. I haven't been on YouTube in a while, but so the reference is already there. Like I said, this is a bit of a continuation from our last live stream on composition. Comment below if you were there, if you got to watch it live. I know the replay is being edited right now. So this thumbnail is, this reference is quite easy. That's why I like it. This is one of those references where the model is really cool looking, the lighting is beautiful. So it's almost, it's an easy one to practice. So what I'm going to do is I generally play with shape and placement first before I think about anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with various placements. Should I put them in the middle? Should I put them bottom right, bottom upper left? Should I zoom in? Should I zoom out? So those are the kind of things I think about. How much of his body to show? Should I do a vignette? Let me try a vignette. A vignette is where you leave, you use the drawing itself to frame the drawing itself. You use the artwork to kind of draw a frame. Oh, I kind of like this vignette idea. What do you guys think? I like it. Just like vignette. Kind of like that. And I probably should move forward. I'm going to try one more thing. Maybe one more combination. What if I put his face up here? I just want to try this. Put his face up here and draw his body. More of his bust. That looks, I have to draw his gun, which I really don't want to do. It's a bit lazy. It does look nice though. It has that L that I like. The L is a rule of thirds compositional framework that I use a lot. If you don't know what that is, or if you're new to composition, I have a whole playlist now called Composition Lessons. And I talk about the L in one of those videos. I think more than one actually. Okay, let's do one more. Um, I'm trying to think of what combinations. Size. This is like big, medium, small, torso, vignette. Um, this one is sort of like the vignette one, but it's a bit more of a tighter crop. You see that? I kind of like that. It's a bit of a tighter crop. So you see, the thumbnailing part is just iteration, really. It's practice, iteration. It's a good warm up. And like I always say, composition is an intellectual exercise, meaning you have to do a lot of thinking, which most people don't want to do, especially, if you're not trained in thinking. It's hard. I'm not. It's hard. It's not that fun, right? These aren't that fun, right? Probably 99 out of 100 art students will just start drawing. I'm going to start drawing, right? Including me. I'm totally guilty of that. But I always say, if you want better pictures, you have to stop and do this first. So normally, I always say do at least 10. Andrew Loomis says 12 to 24. But for the sake of time, I'm going to move forward. So I'm just going to write here real big. Don't stop at 4. I make these videos to demonstrate composition, but if I do it properly, if I do it the way I should do it, these videos would take 3 hours. I would probably spend an hour or two on the planning. So you don't want to see that. It's quite boring to watch. That's why you don't see a lot of compositional content on YouTube, or good compositional content anyway, because it's not that exciting to watch. And it's not that exciting to do. Like I said, it's not sexy. It's really not that much fun. After a while, it gets very tiring. So I understand why people skip over it. But if you're watching this, I'm assuming you're interested in better composition and better picture making. So that's the key. The key is to stop and do it, and then don't stop at 1, 2, or 3, or 4. Loomis says do 12 to 24. And Loomis is one of the most successful artists in history, so I would take his advice. So don't stop at 4. I'm going to move forward with this one, okay? Just for the sake of time. I gotta take a picture real quick for the gram. You guys follow me on the gram. I haven't been active in a long time. I took a long break from social media. Man, I was so happy. Comment below if you have ever taken a break from social media. Oh my God. I really can't stand social media, to be honest with you. I really can't stand it. It's very stressful. It's very time wasting. It's an incredible time wasting thing. So I took a break from Instagram. I'm sure you noticed if you follow me. And it was one of the most relaxing months of my life. I really want to get off social media 100%. But if you run a business, online business, you can't really do that. So, oh well. Anyway, I appreciate all the Gram followers out there. If you're watching me from the Gram. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to do a live stream in Instagram. I'm going to do Instagram Live. So definitely come watch me there. That's going to be fun. Oh, come on. I'm trying to find my tape. Oh, my God. Like my streaming setup, it's hard for me to move. And I'm looking for my tape. Oh, fuck, where's my tape? God damn it. And okay, I think that looks pretty good, huh? Look pretty good. Let's see if we can get that there. Yep, that looked pretty good. All right, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Put a little bit of tape here. I got a fan running because it is really, really hot, and I moved to a new studio, a new house, and there's no AC in the big room yet. Okay, let me check out the chats here. Hello. Jean from Australia, welcome. Hello. Michigan. Hello, Jessica from Michigan. Stevens in Manchester. Welcome. Wow. Barbara's from Italy. Oh my God. Welcome, welcome. We have some Europeans. Oh, so happy. Yeah, the European folks usually miss my live streams, right? Because the time difference from LA is quite different than Europe. So really appreciate all the Europeans here. Welcome, welcome. UK, Italy. Zaltro from the Philippines. ¿Cómo está? Welcome. Jessica takes long breaks. I agree. Bruno. Oh, thank you, Bruno, for the compliment. Oh, David Lund's here. Welcome, David. David is a mentee of Steve Houston, and I'm one of Steve Houston's coaches. Steve Houston, his private coaching program. Forever. Thank you. Oh, Forever's from Manchester. Welcome. Thank you for the compliment. All right, let's get started here. I'm going to start the recording now. Looks like the stream's pretty healthy. It's great. And 3, 2, 1, action. Hello, hello. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remember I talked about the little thumbnail. Remember I told you the story of in the last stream I told the story about when I first got exposed to thumbnailing was by Sergio Sanchez. Comment below if you know who that is. He's a master draftsman, world-class artist from Los Angeles. He was a student of Mark Westermo's. Oh, that's not the one. It's this one. And he did these thumbnails during a live figure drawing session. He did them about this size, and then when he was done, he cut them out put it here? I should probably put it here. Yeah, that looks nice right there. Yeah, that looks pretty nice right there. And then he cut them out just like that and put them on his paper. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a little bit. Now, obviously this is this paper is just cheap office paper. So I'm not going to take it too far. Maybe I'll try to draw maybe 20 minutes. And then this is my composition. So at least on camera, I have at least 20 minutes on camera. And then maybe I'll, if I like it, I'll keep going. And I'm sure this little thing will change. This little frame will change. That's a pretty small drawing. Right now I just kind of want to get the general size, and I'm using graphite here, so that's why I'm kind of drawing sloppy. Normally I would be much more precise on this stage. Oh yeah, I'm doing Vignette. What a cool character, huh? This, when the reference is beautiful, it just makes life easier. So I'm being a little bit sloppy. I got a lot of room to play with. You know, I'm using graphite. It's very easy to erase. So sorry. This eraser is a bit rough. I swear I thought I had everything ready. And he has some beautiful details, but all these details I'm free to design. I'm free to redesign, to edit. There's pretty much a high margin of error here. It's a male, muscular male. They're typically, in my opinion, quite easy to draw. Easiest to draw. He's basically a superhero, which, you know, for most, at least for boys anyway, who grew up drawing superheroes like me, I think a lot of boys start drawing superheroes and the cartoon characters and things that they watch. That was for sure me. And he does have a lot of shadow. So it's going to be quite dark. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get the darks. I haven't quite thought of that yet. But what's more important than that is the execution. As long as I get the composition in good order, the shapes in good order, I'll be okay. Let's see. Lots of nice details here I can play with. I'm also being very aware of the contour. The contour has a massive significance on this composition, especially because I'm going to do like a vignette style. The shape of this bone necklace is really important. He has a bone necklace, and it needs to kind of relate to the drawing in a meaningful way. Did you guys catch what I just did? Did you see it? Anybody who's been with me for a while, or anybody who, if you're a Steve Houston protege like me, or you're one of his mentees, did you see what just happened? I just dropped some Steve Houston philosophy, which is really just sound compositional philosophy. Prudent, very prudent, time-tested drawing. Oh, so you see, let me stop the video here. Okay, so I just want to quickly talk about composition, and I got my thumbnail. I got my rough value, light against dark. Basically, that's pretty much what it's going to be. He's dark skinned. His shadow's going to be really dark. So it's basically a dark mass with a couple light accents. So for me, composition has a line component, line, mass, shape. Shape and mass is kind of the same thing, and value. With line, one of the components of line is shape. It's related to shape, and eye flow. So remember I said, okay, I got to be really careful with these horns. You see these horns right here? They're little tubes or horns, whatever. These are beautiful details. Now, if you are untrained, right, or if you're new, or if you really don't care about composition, you'd probably just draw it as it is. Or maybe you would try to match the shape, match the size, match the placement, match the value. But I know that this thing has what I call a high margin for error. Basically, I could leave it out. It will still look good. I could make it bigger, smaller, change the shape, redesign it, move it up, move it down. I have a lot of freedom with this thing because it's really a minor detail. But because it's so big, it's so white, it's very bright, it's bright, it's probably it's the brightest thing here. It's bright and he's very dark, so it's high contrast in value. So this shape can have massive visual importance, visual weight. And what I just did was, instead of just blindly copying it to go this way, you see how I went whoop? You see that? You see, I'm going to reinforce that line. I quickly drew this line to remind myself, hey, this shape is what I call implied shape. I basically implied a shape. So you see that? That's a very important thing. So if you didn't catch that in the first time, you please review this, replay. If you're watching a replay, review that, because that is important. You saw me, I did it quickly like that. It came out automatically. Why? Because I'm trained. I've been doing this for more than 10 years. So it's a reflex. But this came from 10 years ago. I had to consciously do it over and over and over again. I had to remind myself that every line is an arrow, Every line is an arrow, and every shape has weight, specifically at the contour. So this is a contour. This is a contour. So they must, well, they don't, they must, but they must have some kind of meaningful relationship. They could oppose each other. That would be meaningful, and they kind of do. Or they could complement each other and create eye flow, which is what I did. So I basically redesigned this shape to complement his head shape and to create this eye flow. And you see how I'm already thinking from here to here, and from here to here, you go here. So now I got you in the eye flow loop. So that is one of the core things of my philosophy in composition, is that you always got to, one of the core beliefs that I have is, in composition, you have two jobs. Number one is to get the attention. Number two is to keep the attention. So your most important thing is get the attention. Hey, look at my drawing. Number two is to keep the viewer in your drawing, because there's no point. Really, we all want our drawings to be appreciated. So if your composition is weak, a viewer won't even look at your drawing. You might miss step one. But let's say you happen to get step one right. Your composition is decent. The viewer looks at it. But if your composition is not, if your eye flow is not strong, they'll look at your drawing and then, okay, I'm out. oh, nice, out. So you don't want that. You want, oh, nice drawing. Oh, there's something I like about your drawing. Wow, oh. You know what I mean? That's what you want. You want that. That is my bread and butter right there. And if you look at Steve Houston, if you look at Zhao Ming Wu, Nathan Fowkes, those are the guys who I modeled. Of course, the American illustrative line, Loomis, Dean Cornwell, Howard Pyle. If you look at my work, you'll see this is in almost all of my pieces, like 99%. I consciously do eye flow somehow. In fact, a lot of them, it's very eye flowy. So anyway, let's get back to the drawing. This is why these videos take so long. I always end up talking. Maybe my YouTube channel will be bigger if my videos are shorter. They're all like over an hour long, huh? So you really got to like me to sit through an hour. I got to make some shorter versions, I think. I don't know. But whatever. So this ring is a very dominating shape. I got to be careful because this ring could take attention from his eyes. And then, because if I have something here, so this is left quadrant, upper thirds, I'm going to need counterbalance, right quadrant, lower thirds, right? So I'm going to need something here, right? It's because in the rule of thirds is another one of my core devices, or golden ratio, right? So it's kind of in this quadrant, this big old thing. So I'm going to need something in this quadrant to counterbalance it. I got lots of stuff here, so I think I'm going to tone it down. It's way too big. In the reference, it's big, right? In the reference, it's huge. So it's up to me to be conscious of my composition and design as I go. Right? I always say, do your best to not copy. You know, we do want, when you're drawing from the model, from reference, right? Of course, you want naturalism. You want to be able to have accuracy, but sometimes the picture doesn't serve your drawing or your painting or your composition, so it must be edited. So we always kind of learn the skill of editing whenever we can. And this is one way to practice that. Cicada bugs came out. So I moved to a new house, and my house is surrounded by trees. And when you have trees, you have bugs. So you might hear some cicada bugs. It might be fun to do a watercolor demo of a cicada bug one day. They're very beautiful animals anyway. Anyway, let's get back to what I'm doing here. So I'm kind of spending a lot of time on these details. I'm not quite sure why. They're beautiful details though. And lots of detail. Now it may look like, oh, I'm as I draw these small details, you may, if you're at first glance, it looks like, oh, he's just copying the photo. But really I'm thinking, is this the right arc? Is it too big? Is it too far to the left? Is it too far to the right? How far should I make this? So I'm calculating as fast as I can as I draw. As I draw, I'm like, okay, right? That's in the reference, but does that shape work in my drawing? So far, yeah. So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that. These little line things, do they work? Should I make more? Should I edit some out? Should I emphasize some? So I'm constantly thinking. So even though it looks like I'm just copying what I see, I am doing a lot of calculations. Very design-based thinking. Because really, I'm still in the shape stage. I'm really still in the shape stage. I'm kind of combining two things, shape and value mass. Value mass, I'm kind of doing two things at once. Now, I only can do that because I have a lot of mileage. If you're new, take as much time as you need in the shape stage, because it's really important. And by shapes, I mean, the light shape, his shadow shape, the shape of his detail, the overall shape, the shape of the canvas. Because I drew the canvas in pencil, I still have a lot of room to play with it. Let me pause for a minute here. Take a photo for the gram. Gotta take a photo for the gram, y'all. I'm gonna try to do more Instagramming. For the gram. What's up? Okay. What's next? Sharpen my pencil. Let's get back to drawing here. How much time we got? Oh my God. We are going to finish on time, I think. This is amazing. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. I really want to start because once I have the shapes locked in, what I'm going to do next is value masses. So, and by that I mean I'm going to go to a 3-value system and add some halftones and dark accent. I'm going to establish my dark. I think that's probably what I need to do first, and then take it from there. But that's the next step. So. I'm trying to, I'm not rushing, but I'd like to get that on the stream. It might be fun. And like I said, I don't want the stream to be 3 hours. It's a nice pencil, actually. I don't. I think someone gave this pencil to me as a gift. I think so. It's a pretty nice graphite. Right now, I'm currently living in Thailand, and the graphites they get are, I really don't like their quality. They get this brand called Stettler, which is you can also find it in the U.S. or Europe, I'm sure. I believe it's German or a Dutch company, Stettler, and they make drafting kind of tools. I really don't like their graphite pencils for drawing at all. I like Faber-Castell, but this one is really nice. This kind of feels like a Faber-Castell. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. What's happening here is that the shape is pretty good, but now I have a problem of volume. Volume or 3D. You see, because I want his head to feel round, right? I want spherical, and I want it to pop out. So I know I'm gonna need to design this detail to feel like it's popping out. Does that make sense? See, right now it looks, you see how flat this looks? You see how flat this little detail right here? You see how flat it looks? It makes his head look flat, which I don't want. I want his head to feel, to pop off the paper. So I have to redesign that bit of detail to make sure I communicate the volume, which is a sphere, right? A sphere is coming towards you. So again, this is, and thank you for the comment. Someone in the chat made a comment on details. They asked me how I handle details, and the short answer is I don't. What I do is I take the details that support my idea, whatever I'm trying to communicate. And right now I'm trying to communicate volume. So sometimes you want to communicate 2D space, 2D pattern, 2D shape. Sometimes you want to communicate good value choices, but sometimes you need to communicate volume. So in this case, see, this is the detail. I don't just blindly draw the detail. I design the detail to communicate whatever I want to communicate. In this case, it's volume. Does that make sense? So I don't copy, I design. And if you watch any of my videos in the last year, you're probably very sick of hearing me say that. I probably say that 10 times in every video. Don't copy, design. Those of you who got critiques from me, you're probably very sick of hearing me say that. But that's okay. It's an important thing. I know some of you watching, like David, for example. I probably said that to him in one of his critiques. Don't copy, design. Because like I said, we do need the details, yes. I don't disregard the detail, but sometimes the detail that we see doesn't serve the drawing or the painting, so it has to be edited and designed by us. That's our job. Our job is to edit the world that we see and then communicate the world that we see through pictures, right? That's what artists do. We're artists. We want to communicate the world. We want to communicate our thoughts, our feelings, and our ideas through pictures, how we see the world. So that's our job. That's our job. So that's why you don't want to copy. You want to be an artist, because if you want just to copy, you can just take a picture, right? Even those of you who are working in illustration like me, or maybe you're interested in getting into movie posters like me, you know, when you first look at comment below if there's any movie poster. If you found me through my movie poster work, there's a lot of I don't want to say ignorance, but there's uh, movie poster art or that type of realism, uh, that photorealistic um, entertainment art look has a bit of a negative, has some uh, negative stereotypes because we use transferring technology like tracing paper, vellum, projectors, right? So people think, oh, you're just you just trace, you just copy. That's not really art, but no, actually, yeah, on when you're not trained, you just think, oh, okay, well, Drew Struzan or Mike Butkus or Chris Legaspi, right? You guys just use tracing paper. You're not real artists, but actually, yes, we use tracing paper, vellum, and projectors, but 80% or more is design. We still have to make very good decisions. Even if you use tracing paper, there's no guarantee your work's going to look good. I promise you that. You need to be a designer, even if you're using transferring tools like tracing paper, grids, projectors, vellum. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm trying really, really hard to be a disciplined designer because my natural urge is probably like you. My natural urge is to just draw and have fun and zone out, right? And render and create beautiful edges, right? We all love to render edges. Comment below, right? If you're watching this. Probably one of the reasons why you love portrait drawing or realistic drawing or figure drawing is you like to render, you like beautiful lighting. So and that stuff is very, very important. But that stuff is way down the road from this. We're not even there yet. Take a little water break here. Oh man, we have almost finished. Okay, sharpen pencil. All right. What I'd like to do too is step away. Right now, I know I'm way too close to the drawing. I'm recording a live stream, right? So I'm very, very close to the drawing, and I have tons of audio equipment attached to me, so I can't. Normally, if I'm drawing not on a camera, I would stand. Right now, I would stand up. I would stand up and go across the room. This is what I would do. Here's my drawing, right? Here's my drawing. I would go here. I would stand up and look about 20 or 30 feet away. In meters, how many meters is that? 7 meters, something like that, 6 meters. It's about 7 meters away, 8 meters away. And I would look at it and then think, evaluate, look for errors. I know there's lots of errors right now because I'm looking at it up close and something doesn't feel right. So I know I need to step away. So I'm not going to do that because the stream's almost going to finish. And like I said, I have a bunch of audio equipment attached to me, so I can't leave. But do this too, please. If you're watching, now would be a good time to step away. Yeah, I feel a lot of things are off. Maybe if you're watching, comment below. how what would you do? Let's say you were drawing and you're at this stage. Comment below. Do you have any thoughts? You're like, oh, I would make the eye darker. Oh, the forehead's too big. Or oh, this headband is too dark. Or oh, his jewelry is too small. Chris, I would make it bigger. Comment below. What are some things, if you were at this stage, what are some things you would do? Because you have the ability to step away from the video. I don't, because that's exactly what I would do now. So I think I'm going to, what I'd like to do, I know right away he needs more of the afro, more of that African, thick knotted hair. His hair looks a bit too European right now. He looks too European, too Caucasian. His hair looks too straight. That's one thing. The hair feels like straight hair, but I want it to feel African and thick and knotted, So that's one thing. I think this headband is a little too dark. That's another thing. So obviously a bunch of messy construction lines. That's another thing. All of those got to go. Let's see where I'm at here. This has to be established, refined. I'm pretty much at a good stage where the shapes are pretty good, like I said, I would stop right now and evaluate the shapes from a distance, but they're pretty good, and the values are the value shapes are okay. The shadow shape is okay. It's working for now, and what I need to do next, and this is the last thing I'm going to do before we close the stream today, is I need the halftone of his skin. And to do that, I need to establish a dark. So I got this is a Stettler. This is the brand I don't like. So it's a 12B, Stettler 12B. Very, very soft graphite, but it gets pretty dark. It's not as dark as a charcoal, but it's going to be dark enough. So now I can kind of go in. Oh, that looks nice. You see, once I hit that dark, really nice. So I think this is a really good, oh yeah. You see how it pops so nicely now? Oh man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Wow. Wow, that's cool. I'm really happy with that so far. And because he's a male and he's in a lot of shadow, and he's like a muscular young superhero looking male, I do have a lot of margin for error for his cheek shape, which is versus if I was drawing, let's say this was a real celebrity like Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther actor, the one that passed away. Let's say I was doing a Black Panther poster illustration and I needed to get super accurate likeness, then I would have to be a lot more careful with his cheek shape. But because this is, the likeness is not that important right now for me. In fact, it's not really that important at all. On this one doesn't matter. What really matters is being able to have a really cool, sexy portrait of a young, muscular, superhero-looking male. looks nice. That looks nice right there. I like that dark in the shadow. You see, and once I do this, I will have enough value to lay down a halftone. You see that cheek shape? That his shape of his chin needs some help. I'm looking at it now up close, and it doesn't feel right. Something about it's a little off. So it's definitely something I have to evaluate. But more importantly now is establishing this dark value. And this darker pencil, this darker graphite 12B, is allowing me to get the right texture in his hair. So now his hair is starting to feel more like African hair versus straight European hair. Or non-African, I guess, yeah. Asians and Latin people also have a very straight hair, actually. Ooh, that's looking nice. I am digging this. Oh, I'm digging this. Whew. Okay, last break. Take a little break here. Let me catch up with your chats here. I'm pausing the recording. I'm going to look at your chats. Thank you so much. We have Corey from New York. Welcome. Hello. Neil from the Philippines. ¿Cómo está? Welcome. Rezon. Talk about details I just did. I blinked, but I take Steve Houston's class on NMA. Yeah. I'm not sure if he talks about that too much. Chin. Mr. Chin is here. Long time community member here. Barbara says, gold mine of information. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Yeah, I do. I drop information in a 1 hour live stream. That's why all my live streams are quite good. You just have to sit through them. If you don't want to, I have edited courses and programs that are very edited, and that's why I make premium courses too, so that you can kind of get it all in a program if you want. iFlow can tell a story. Yes, correct. Understood. Thank you. Keep talking. Nice job. Hello. Thank you. The value is when you take us into your mind's eye. Oh, thank you, Corey. Yeah. Definitely not copying, although it looks like a reference, but I can see your interpretation. Oh, thank you, Ashish. Yeah, true. What is the value of the pencil? I don't know. What is the value of the... I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't say. I'm guessing it's HB. I am clueless putting three values together. I don't know how to proceed. Well, I'll show you. You gotta get a nice difference. I would go to the toilet. Yeah. Jesse said, bringing focus specific areas through edge control. Very, very good comment. Yes, that is very good. Thank you. That is coming. Jessica says, personality really came to life. Yeah, I agree. Oh, Tauntaun, hello. I believe he's from the Philippines. Welcome. And learned a lot. Thank you, Sumit. So, last recording here. We're going to close the stream out. All right, here we go. I'm going to put the last touches on the drawing and just basically going to add the halftone and the hot spot here. This this muzzle shape is not working. You see this right there? It's not clear at all. I got to come in and fix that. Got to make sure it's nice and clear. Oh man, this is working out so nice now. There's a bit of outline on his nose. I don't think I like that. There's a hard line that I drew there. I think it's a construction line, yeah. Oh man, this is starting to pop really nicely. I'm liking it. Really liking it here. Yeah, I think I'm at a good stopping point now because I really need to step away now. Um, the next thing I'd like to do is to really establish a dark, kind of like here. Let me see. Establish a really dark. I think this pencil might not be dark enough. I could probably go one more darker. Maybe I can use a different material. I'm not sure. Maybe a charcoal pencil, or a Conte. Or I may just leave it graphite and just leave the darks as they are. But that's the one thing I need to do now is kind of plan where the darks are going to go, and because I don't want it to be all dark and flat. You know, I want some variation, some in and out, some play, some subtlety. Right, like in the chin, you can see there's little dark accent here, dark accent here, and then this area is dark, but it has, you see that has a bit of gradation. That's what you want. So to do that, I'm way too close to the drawing. I really need to step away and think, use a mirror also. I need to use a mirror to see it in reverse. That's also very good. Because typically when I do drawings like these, you know, when I want the best drawing possible, I take lots of breaks. I stand up quite a bit. I stand up, I pause, I stand across the room, I look in a mirror. I constantly taking breaks. Sometimes I will step away for a whole day. Sometimes I will just stop the drawing, put it down. and then pick it up the next day. That's pretty cool. I have my drawing table right now is like in my living room. So whenever I walk by my living room, right, which is the main room in the house, I see my drawing. So I can look at it and go, oh, and you get ideas. So that's something that's really fun to do, and I think it's good. It's a good habit, and it forces you to step away from your drawing, which is really the point of what I was just saying there. The point of good picture making, one of the practices of good picture making is to constantly give yourself self assessment. Constantly think, where am I at? How am I doing? Am I getting burned out? Am I getting a little tired? Am I making good decisions? Can I make better decisions? Am I too dark? Those kind of things, and those kind of things will be very clear from a distance. Up close, really nothing is clear. Up close is where you do the execution, but the planning you do at a distance. Does that make sense? The thinking is done here. The execution is done here. The execution is done up close, but then the planning is done far away, the thinking. So I think that's a good stopping point right here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I really do need to step away. So I'm going to stop the stream. Maybe, the light temperature changed. It's weird. Why did the color temperature change? That sucks. The temperature of the camera changed. I don't know why. The light didn't change in the room. God damn it. Anyway. All right. So that's the end of the little demo. Thank you for being here. I'm going to stop for some questions now. Before we go, I just want to remind you that those of you who maybe you're a little stuck in your drawing practice, maybe you're a little unmotivated, maybe you're feeling lazy, maybe you're feeling lonely. You're like, man, I wish I could draw around other artists, or oh man, I really want to focus on my work, but I'm procrastinating. I've been surfing on my phone too long. I've been surfing on YouTube too long. I need some motivation. I'm having a drawing challenge in my Discord community, the 10x Drawing Challenge, and that celebrates my 10-year anniversary on YouTube. And the challenge will go on for 2 weeks, 14 days. It starts Friday, August 12th. And all the details are in Discord. So if you haven't already, you can join my Discord by clicking the link in the description below. All right, thank you guys. I'm going to stick around for some questions. Thank you so much. We're going to end the stream here, but I'm going to answer some of your questions while you're here. I really appreciate you. Chin says, after 3 values. So what I would do, Chin, is I think the first thing that comes to mind, Chin, is that if you want to do like a really top quality finished drawing, you have to do this first. You kind of have to plan the composition first. That way you can plan what's the focal point 1, focal point 2, focal point 3. And then once you know what your focal points are, then you know that once you establish your 3 values, you refine one area until the edges are razor sharp, they're beautiful, and then you do that for number 2, number 3. So it's a constant refinement. So good question, Mr. Chin. Thank you. I'm joining a job soon. After that, we'll take premium course. Cool. Love it. Cheers from Brazil. I first came across Chris on anime. Watched course on shading and rendering. Wow. Thank you so much, John, for the comment. Thank you, anime. Sumit says, what should I do about the blurry background? Blurry background, well, I'm not going to put a background, but yeah, you could just suggest it with tone. Santosh, it's my first time on Chris live stream. Welcome, Santosh. Welcome. David Lund, thank you. Oh, Professor Art is here. Sawadee Kap. Professor Art is arguably the most the number 1 realist anatomy expert in Thailand. Professor Art's here with us. Welcome, Professor Art. Hopefully we can do a seminar in Bangkok soon. Professor Art has he's a professor at the top university in Thailand, Silpakorn, and he has many wonderful anatomy sculpture products. So, Professor Art, if you don't mind, drop a link in the chat so we can see where people can see your anatomy sculptures. I know he normally does not ship outside of Thailand, so unfortunately, he does. It is international shipping is quite expensive, but it's worth it if you really love anatomy sculptures. Professor Art has, in my opinion, some of the highest quality and most beautiful anatomy sculptures available in the world. So you definitely, hopefully he'll leave his website. It'll probably be in Thai language, so you have to get the Google Translate out. So welcome, Professor Art. Hassan says, I love your book, 100 Faces. Wow, thank you. Could you draw something related to that? You know, I've been meaning to do that for a long time, do line drawing. Actually, I recorded 2 line drawing videos, but I've never published them. So that's a good idea, thank you. As she says, how do you deal with burnout and get back to the groove? I have 2 things. Number 1 is I step away. So if I get burned out on figures, I go outside and paint landscapes. If I get burned out on drawing, I'll paint. If I get burned out on digital, I'll do traditional. That's pretty much what I do. If I get burned out in art in general, I will do another artwork, like for example, dance or acting or singing, just for an example. I like dancing, I do like, so that's another art form as a break. Marco says, when using reference, how do you be accurate without copying? Sometimes it's hard to know what to design, what to leave out. And that is a great question, and that's a long question. How do you be accurate? Well, accuracy comes from shape and proportion, placement, shape, proportion, angle, description. So that's number 1. For me, it's a 2D. I usually approach shape drawing. That's my approach, which is a 2-dimensional based drawing. So that's number 1. And how do you know what to design? Well, I start with the composition. That's how I know. So like I was saying, once you know what your drawing is about, then you know the focal points, then you lay down the shape, and then you refine it until you know that everything you draw supports your main idea. And Tapendra says, "Hi Chris, how do you shade so well with graphite?" Yeah, I typically like the side a little bit, and then the top. That's typically what I do. I do that with any medium, with any pencil. I usually do this, the point or the side, or somewhere in between. That's really what I do, and I mix it up. The point, the side, and then somewhere in between. And Jesse says, value grouping is really good. Do you ever make a value reference graph? No. Oh, you mean like scales? Is that what you mean, scales? Yes, I do scales. I just put like that. Absolutely, and that's a great idea. I do that a lot. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'm going to sign out now. I really appreciate you being here. And I will see you tomorrow. The live stream will be on Instagram. So see you guys soon.